Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode
Whatever.
of the TTV podcast. It's been 2 weeks since we did one, so forgive me if I don't know the exact number. I'm Messinek.
I'm Veteran.
I'm Kahi.
I'm Venom.
I'm Ian.
And today we're here to talk about one thing and one thing alone, except there may be a couple others here and there.
We're going to talk about the most interesting thing ever. Xbox One.
It really is lately. This is
Think about one thing only.
Me.
Killing Nazis.
Killing Nazis.
the cause of much controversy in the video gaming scene lately. The Xbox One was revealed on May 21st and was met with, well, mixed reception, to put it lightly.
It sucks. No,
Much.
wait, it's great. No, I don't know.
It sucks.
It's
Basically.
pretty.
It sucks huge loads of money.
Well, yeah, that is true.
Yeah. Basically, we're gonna be talking about what they announced at the conference, some games they were talking about, and then the developments that happened after its reveal, which is where a lot of the controversy is stemming from. So, without further ado, this reveal conference was held on I said before, 21st of May, and what they basically did. It is the precursor to the E3 conference where they're going to talk about games. And in this, conference, they showcased the console. They talked about some of its features, Kinect, the controller, blah, 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 TV, integration. It's called the Xbox One because it's the one device for all your living room needs.
The one and only.
Why would you ever want that?
Because of our
I would never not want
space, convenience, money.
But all the TV stuff.
But it's not convenient and it's not cheaper.
All your TV stuff will still be there.
Shut up, you
You
don't
still
know.
have to pay for the cable and the box to go into the Xbox.
But you don't need a DVD player.
You didn't need a DVD player before.
You don't know what you're talking about. This is a solid business strategy.
That's what I ever told you. You're an idiot.
I am Microsoft.
I am Microsoft.
Whoa, settle down there.
Yes. Basically, they also talked about they've struck partnerships with EA Sports and Call of Duty to get DLC first, which is no surprise, and all this stupid stuff. And really, a couple things stood out to me in the conference, aside from the console itself, as far as games. One being Quantum Break, Remedy's new game, and they're the people that made Alan Wake and also Max Payne. And this thing, it was a really strange trailer that was a mix of live action and CG with no gameplay. And it showed this woman talking to some little girl, and the woman asked, why do people treat you so differently? And she says, and the little girl responds and says, do you really want to see what I can do?
Gee, I wonder why they treat her so different.
Oh,
Yes.
I don't like where this is going.
And the woman
Because
says,
she's black.
and the woman
Because
says
she's
yes.
black, that's the reason.
And then this is in live action, okay? And then this cuts to a scene of like a ship going through water, and this ship teleports forward and crashes into something. I forget what it was exactly, and the ship is like torn to pieces, as well as this object that it crashed into, and there's mass pandemonium and chaos, and people are screaming, and there's water everywhere. And then suddenly it cuts to there's people shooting and someone dying and a lot of bullets, and then some message comes up which I forget, and then it shows the little girl in a car and it says Quantum Break.
Very vague,
That's a word.
uninteresting.
It's just so confusing. You walk away from it, it's like,
Trailer.
what did I just see? I gotta get a link to this for those that didn't see it. Like, I don't think you saw it, Var.
I did not see
It was
this.
the weirdest thing ever, and when it ends, you're just thinking, what is this? What kind of game is this?
So
it. I don't know.
I eagerly await this.
There's
I
the
did not.
link.
Okay, let's see what this nonsense is. No, I'm gonna BRB and watch it.
Okay, what did you think of Quantum Break, everybody?
boy, whew.
I'm gonna
What
have to take
could
a
I
look at this too.
What could I say other than it makes no sense?
Well, so what the
I mean, I've
tagline-
played any of the other Quantum games, but
no,
damn,
no
dude,
relation, I don't think.
they really need to rename these or this franchise, or at least each individual game, because I think they're just running out of titles to call it.
Yeah.
It makes no sense. I don't even know what it's about, other than manipulation of something.
Time
Well,
was the fire.
It's probably time.
Bird.
Yeah. I would assume like they have some cool time travel mechanic where you can like do something or like go back and change something and you can travel to the past and future and stuff. So much that you break time or I don't know. It
You know
could
what?
be a multiple amount of things. What I'm kind of hoping though is that this is not going to be an Xbox exclusives because I'm not gonna
Kai,
mince words here. I
Kai,
really hope
Kai, you're
that
out
the
of luck.
Xbox One fails.
You're out of luck.
I'm
Developed,
hoping for its
no,
downfall.
no. Developed exclusively for Xbox One, Quantum Break blurs the line between television and gameplay, integrating the
Sorry,
two into
bro.
one seamless, uniquely immersive experience. In Quantum Break, our desperate hero fights a highly personal battle to save the future before time literally runs out. As time breaks down, impossible split-second moments of destruction turn into epic stages of time-powered action. The actions you take and the choices you make shape your experience as the narrative unfolds.
What the heck did I just watch?
Quantum Break, the Xbox
Yeah.
One exclusive.
Okay.
Yeah, I know. Quite a mouthful.
So
Don't get-
that happened.
That was really confusing.
What? I don't know what I just watched.
Quantum Break.
Some parts of it looked cool. Other parts of it, I don't even know how it was related to the entire trailer. That live action thing was so random, I don't understand it at all.
Yeah, the live action part was put in very
Want to know?
terribly.
Didn't
Also,
really-
that child actor was pretty terrible.
yeah.
She is.
Well, that's a game they premiered, and then there were two other things that really jumped out at me. It was the Halo TV show, which
Halo TV show.
okay,
Which is no surprise if you've followed this channel before.
yeah. It is literally called
Hey.
Halo the television series. So I wonder how
Hey.
that took them to come up with what.
If anything, I'm probably the most excited here for it. Yeah, I know. Big shocker, huh?
Somehow I doubt this.
Oh, really? Really? You want to put that in perspective, huh?
I'm kind of excited for it.
I'm
I'm
pretty
excited. How excited
Despite
are
my
you, Ian?
Steven Spielberg is doing it.
All right.
He's
I
kinda,
don't mind.
It's kind
for
of
that.
hit and miss, but I think he'll do a good job with it.
He's the Spielberg. He can do whatever he wants.
That wouldn't mean it would necessarily be good.
What does that even mean?
He's the Spielberg.
He's the Spielberg.
He's the Spielberg. He gets
He was
away.
on his spiels about spiels and spiels.
The Spielzebob.
Ian, just stop.
Ian,
Ian, you're weird.
Vin,
You're a weirdo.
Vin, give Kai a
Alright.
call.
Only takes one to know one.
And then, okay.
You're a weird mother. Anyway.
Halo
So-
television series. And then, so that's something, no details, literally none at all were revealed about the thing, except the name, and that Steven Spielberg has some ambiguous involvement, which they did not actually say what he's doing. I'd assume directing, but they didn't say.
I assume directing.
he literally came on this monitor and was talking about, oh hey, I'm a gamer, I played Pong, and I'm really excited to do this.
God.
They cut away.
What what guy his age hasn't played Pong? I mean, come on.
I played Pong.
Now it's just
really
a cop
excited to
out.
play Halo.
Kai, what do you
No.
think of the Halo TV series?
You know, if he at least mentioned like another game that wasn't as popular or something like out of the norm, yeah, I would believe him. But you know, Pong, just his whole speech seemed just forced and obviously fabricated to meet with expectations.
even though Ian's like the biggest downer on the planet right now.
Because I have to speak truthfully.
Ian, what are you even talking about?
I don't get what you just said. Just made no sense to me.
He's the Ian. He can do what he wants. No.
Damn right.
All right.
So Kai,
So
what do
get
you
up
think?
I thought that after Forward Unto Dawn, they've showed us that they can pull off a Halo live action series.
Maybe
Steven Spielberg, or even just any other director.
So the final thing from the conference, which I found really interesting, was Call of Duty Ghosts. A little bit of background on the game. It is developed by Infinity Ward, so they're still doing the whole, different company, Treyarch, Infinity Ward, alternation every other year, whole deal. Basically, the theme of this game is some event or some war has crippled the United States military and basically made us the underdog, and we've been barraged, we've been decimated, and the only viable people that we have left to fight are these special troops called Ghosts, whose objective is to be sneaky, stealthy, get in, get out, do what needs to be done, etc. The game will follow the perspective of one as of yet unnamed person, rather than the many different perspectives and country hopping, people jumping that COD's become known for lately.
Thank God, that'll be awesome then.
And we've got a dog, a good old buddy, old pal, Fido Scooby-Doo,
Hey,
has come
can
to
you
join
say
us.
Fable 2 with me? Say it,
Doing
everyone.
Call of Duty? No.
We've got good old Scooby-Doo, Fido, come to join us in our crime-fighting adventures in the land of Call of Duty.
Coffee! Instant buy.
Here
Scoob.
is the
You want a
list
Scooby
of
snack?
here's
Attack the current.
here is the list of features which they were promoting at the event. You can slide and shoot, like in Crisis. You can leap over cover, like in Battlefield. You can turn around corners, like most FPS games, notably Crisis. You
Most
can,
third-person games, actually.
well, some FPS games then, notably Crisis. And fish move out of the way when you are swimming. Wow.
That seems like such an old feature that most games already have.
Insta-buy. Fish moving out of the way.
Just what I always wanted. Fish.
Two things
Getting out of my way.
Two things which struck me as interesting about the multiplayer.
Dream true.
They've got character customization as far as appearance goes. They're implementing that. And then dynamic.
Does it have a theater mode?
Yeah, COD's had a theater mode for a while.
Oh, shit.
It's not going to be anything as drastic as Halo, though. I doubt. It may be.
Okay.
I don't know. Then dynamic maps. So like on some Halo maps of old, there's stuff you can do, like buttons you can press, stuff you can knock over, explosive canisters probably, traps you can set using the map, and that requires you to learn the maps instead of just running all around shooting everything you see with no rhyme or reason. So that's a good thing in my books. Unless they're just cheap on-map features that break the game with nonsense, which wouldn't surprise me at all. And other than
Yeah,
that,
COD's pretty known for its gimmicks, so that wouldn't surprise me either.
yeah.
Kahi is calling me for some reason.
Don't know what that.
But on the whole, the Xbox event was
Stupid. Very, very stupid.
The Xbox event itself was pretty successful. it was a bit boring. There was a lot of superfluous stuff. But at the end of the event, I walked away saying, wow, this has some potential. And then came the aftermath.
Nah.
I
Yeah, as far as
enjoyed
I
it
can tell, it was all
more
aesthetics.
in terms of presentation than
Blood aesthetics.
Xboxes, not Xboxes, PlayStation 4s. I believe that PlayStation 4 had a rather boring presentation, and it was just about boring all the way around. Microsoft started out kind of cool, and it became more boring because you realized they had nothing to talk about.
I
besides
liked
EA
PlayStation's more
Sports.
because they showed games.
Well, that's the thing.
I'll give
PlayStation
it that.
decided to go back to its roots by showing off the main focus is games.
They had Destiny,
Xbox.
and they had like Infamous, and they had Killzone, and they had that stupid Media Molecule time waster thing, and they had Blizzard
Yeah.
talk about stuff, even though it was just Diablo 3.
I'll give the PS4 presentation did have more actual game content than anything, but I can't. I couldn't get behind the Xbox after seeing everything they had to offer. To me, that was the bigger letdown. Was the Xbox has all these limitations and basically none of the actual benefits that come from the Xbox. There's no announcement of the new Halo game or any real Xbox exclusive that we can really look forward to. There's none of that. Call of Duty Ghosts, personally to me, very big disappointment. It seems to me like all the new features, quote unquote, is basically kind of like Black Ops title update.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. Considering the fact that they stated they're gonna use a different engine, a little disappointed with this engine. It's kind of ugly looking and very dated looking.
And
It is. It's very dated looking, and it also there's not much new I can see coming out from the franchise, and I really dislike that.
The only way I've
it's a
talked
bad
about this
thing for your game
before.
when you're-
I have talked about this before with COD. The only way they can ever truly innovate to the degree people seem to want them to is to just bite the bullet and make sci-fi COD and have like all sorts of futuristic stuff and space battles.
Look how well that went.
And
I don't think they need to do that.
there's nothing else that
Like
they can
obviously.
do.
Well, I mean, like it's just
No,
why
they
is
already
why is their biggest selling feature a dog? Why is that? That shouldn't be any selling feature at all.
Well, it's for the campaign. They're actually making a
I mean, but they
putting time
touted that. though.
campaign.
I mean, that was the big thing. It's like for the first time in a Call of Duty thing, you have a dog, and like that's supposed to be some like big kind of announcement. It's
But
there
Ty,
really is.
sniff
They
out-
really
Yeah,
have
because
nothing
they
wrong.
modeled it after a real dog.
he can sniff out explosives and protect you, and you can send him out to solve puzzles or whatnot.
Dude, that's the most cool. That's the coolest dog ever,
Solve-
dude.
Yeah, puzzle solving dog. Thanks, man.
Sniff out.
He's-
Oh,
Oh,
I mean,
dude, thank you so much, Infinity Ward. I always wanted a dog of my own to call. Whatever.
That dog
Name
is
it.
so gonna die.
I have this
I
500
flat,
piece puzzle.
I'm calling it. He's gonna die. It's just gonna like set up.
Joseph Clark
Yeah.
Jr.
I'm
Oh
gonna
my
Joseph
God.
Clark Jr., the dog, the one that got killed.
Yep.
Joseph Clark Jr. the Fourth.
Okay. That was the conference. And now we get into the bad
I'm gonna
stuff.
call him Maxwell.
The really bad stuff that came after the fact. I am gonna let VAR summarize this because
Why me? Don't let me do it. I don't know anything.
you know everything. You've talked about it enough. All the stuff that's happened. I'd
rather not.
You can do it.
I'd rather not.
Yeah, Var, go ahead. I'd love to hear
All
what
right,
you
all right.
say.
Let me.
Let
let
Kahi
me
do it.
summarize.
No, Var. you
Kahi's
go.
audio
Okay.
quality is like the worst that everyone here, but I'll give you a shot.
His quality
I
sounds
am
perfectly
just
fine to me.
Yeah.
Maybe you should be recording.
Maybe we should be using Audacity.
All right,
I
Kahi,
vote
go.
yes. All right. So, in summary, Connect is going to be always on. Microsoft signed a patent that can detect how many people are in the room, and it's possible they might use that to control licenses. It the Xbox is not quote unquote always online, but you do have to connect to it every 24 hours to play a game. You'll have to buy licenses for your game, and to activate it and play online, and for used games and that kind of deal. What else am I forgetting? Does that cover most of the bases?
Pretty much, yeah. No backwards compatibility.
No backwards compatibility.
Which is
That's
kind
what I'm
of
forgetting.
understandable. Like that's
So-
nothing.
So hold on to those old consoles of yours, ladies and gentlemen.
Yep.
They might be worth something very valuable in the future.
Well, of course, the thing is, if you were to sell your console with all the games, you could probably have enough, or not, well, not enough, but almost enough to get a Xbox One. So
Pretty
There's
much,
that.
yeah. Now,
Not only that,
here's
what?
the thing about the used games, because that should be tackled first. There's been a lot of
Yes.
conflicting reports and a lot of misinformation about what exactly this is going to entail, and we still have not got an official Microsoft statement stating how this is going to work. The latest rumblings, however, are that it's going to work like this, and I told LJ and Var this last night, and Mange. Go to a retailer, and this retailer has to have signed an agreement with Microsoft, of which the details have not been made clear regarding profits and who gets a cut of what. And if you sell your game to this store, they can resell it at whatever price they want. However, the retailer, will have to pay a fee for the used games that will then be added up into the overall price. It's a very convoluted process. It basically
effectively
boils
killing the
down-
used gamer retailer.
It would depend on the
Like
price.
killing retailers in general. Jeez.
It basically boils down to the consumer will not have to pay the reactivation fee, but rather the retailer will. That's really the short version. And no one knows what that fee is going to be.
I'm so mad. I'm so mad.
Why
Yup.
are you mad?
Yup. Thank you, Ian. Thank you. Finally,
I'm
someone
so mad.
understands.
Yeah.
And all this bull crap about always online. I'm sick and tired of it. I don't care how many servers they got, which, even though it was a whopping 300,000, how long do you, how quickly do you think it would take for those all servers to crash if even one game, say Call of Duty, why not? It's got millions of fans. Just imagine all those servers just being like bombarded with individual after individual, just cramming into it. It's just terrible.
Yeah.
You can't keep up
Well, the
with
thing
it.
I'm wondering about is like, what if the server were to get taken down somehow, like hacked or something? There
Yeah,
goes like
maintenance.
everything.
Yeah.
Maintenance would alone.
Like the entire Xbox One at that point would just be a brick.
God, it would be. It'd be a nice paperweight.
A nice $500 paperweight. Yeah.
Exactly.
You know what? If I actually wanted a paperweight, I'd want a gold brick. That's about it, man.
Yep.
I guess I really dislike the concept of being always online because it doesn't help any of the consumers in the slightest. All it does is make sure that the companies get more money.
See,
That's their solution.
that's my thing with
They're
the Xbox
inconveniencing
One.
consumers.
That right there is my thing with the Xbox One. It seems like everything they've decided to do is all in benefit of them and not the consumer. Like this whole online
there's-
DRM thing, the whole used game policy, all this is just so they can make a profit and get like the easy way and get all their like money simple, while the consumer has to suffer and the used retailers have to suffer, and in turn making the consumer suffer even more.
It's a whole tedious process that'll probably screw over the market in every way, shape, or form.
Mm-hmm.
It is going to
I
be quite interesting, that's for sure.
saw Meso, you linked an article earlier today
I linked
about
two
used
articles.
games. Why
The one
Yeah.
you read was like the weaker of the two arguments, even though the other one on Kotaku was really just why a future without used games wouldn't be so bad, rather than used
Yeah.
games are bad.
Yeah, right.
the guy was in Kotaku. The guy said, this is why it's not going to be that bad. It does happen. But the other guy was like, oh, I'm not going to buy used games again. And this is his reasoning. Because the developers don't see any money, we shouldn't buy used games. We should instead pay more money so that they can get more money, because God knows EA does not have enough money.
Tell me, does this IQ range from 50 points, 60?
There's no, not only does this serve to hinder consumers, and of course there's nothing to say that all this profit is going to go directly to the developer. A lot of this stuff is the fee they're going to pay. That's probably going to go directly to Microsoft.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. Actually, now you mentioned.
Yeah, it's not going to go to if the developer you like makes a game, if Valve makes a game and he puts it out, the money that you pay is not going to go to Valve. It's going to go to Microsoft.
Yep.
Microsoft is going to get effectively a bigger cut of every single game you put out there.
Because they're
And it's also-
distributors.
Exactly, and their publishing for indie games is also going to be worse off after this. You actually have to sign a publishing contract with Microsoft, as opposed to like the PlayStation Network and WiiWare or the Wii Uware, whatever they call it now. It's a lot easier to self-publish on there without having to pay all these licensing fees. Microsoft, you have to sign a contract with them, and they have all these certain rights, and you have to do that in order to get your game on Xbox Live.
I mean, if you think about it, this whole deal with EA and this partnership, I really don't know how this partnership is even going to work. They never specified anything behind it. They just said it was there. For all intents and purposes, it probably just could be Microsoft is now going to pull all the strings, and EA is just going to make games for them, according to the Sports Ignite. Whatever the hell.
It's just at the end of the day, there's just literally no benefit at all for this to the consumer,
Yeah.
except the fancy
no,
gimmicky
that's-
little box
You know what?
that they say does a lot.
You can snap.
Wasn't PlayStation gonna? Well, wasn't gonna PlayStation have that always online
No,
thing? No.
Nope.
Okay. Okay. Good.
There
Not
were
as far as
there were rumblings, but it did not pan out in the end that way.
Yeah. The thing, I think that this might be the Wii U's greatest feature now without online DRM.
See, now it's gonna sell more. See, I'm telling you guys. I'm telling you. Nintendo's gonna
me-
rise through the ranks and make its way back to number one. I guarantee it.
Microsoft's
For me,
business
I
decisions
hope-
have just
Yeah.
not been going well. The whole Metro thing for Windows 8 and the Xbox One is just, it's all going in the wrong direction, in my opinion.
Wait, what are you talking about? Metro's great. What do you mean?
Metro is great for tablets, not for computers. And I'm actually a fan
I
of
can
Windows
see-
8, and I like Metro, but I am not gonna lie, Metro is terrible on a computer.
Conceded. My sister has it on her laptop. It's pretty bad that way. But that's not that's what we're talking about here. The big thing that Xbox One has that I was impressed with immediately was the design for the dashboard. I did like that a lot.
See,
Yeah.
the thing, the dashboard's design is one thing, but then they were like advertising this whole, and now you can instantly switch from video game to TV.
With snapping features, and you can snap out and snap in windows and minimize.
Yeah, I
Oh,
just saw
man.
that, and I was like, who would ever care about this feature?
I know.
It is the most useless thing ever.
Fanatics.
It would be different if we didn't have digital recording or TiVo, that kind of deal. You can just record whatever you want to see and then watch it later.
It was
Yeah.
just, and they spent
There's-
like 10 minutes talking about snapping in between movies and Star
It's-
Trek and Skype and games, some weird game which they never announced. That I probably wasn't even any kind of game, just a tech demo that kept
Yeah, it
snapping
was
up.
probably just a type demo. I don't really see how that's ever going to come into play for most people.
It's
I can,
not.
it's
It's like the Wii
it's the
U
thing that's
switching
great.
between the TV and the controller. How's that?
Yeah,
that doesn't
exactly.
Yeah, it's like,
Exactly.
why is that even useful?
yeah. I don't see that as a really useful thing. I also don't get why the whole they're trying to appeal a lot to sports fans.
Yeah.
Like this is your new thing. This is for fantasy football. This is for all that. Someone actually pointed out it was actually Gus Sorrell from Rooster Teeth in the podcast I had after Xbox One's reveal. they had he said, fantasy football, if you just say you TiVo the football game and you want to watch it later, if you go on fantasy football and see that like your quarterback's rankings have shot way up, you already know basically that this guy did this, basically his team probably won considering the amount of touchdowns and whatnot he would have made to get that higher ranking. Is that going to spoil the game? Like, can you record the updates while at the same time as you record the game?
I think I don't know. They were pointing out the significance of always updating. That's probably because of the always online feature, which might actually help. So I don't know if it just updates every few seconds. It's an interesting concept. Not that I give a crap, but I don't know. It's interesting. The whole.
I mean, I like interactivity. I like pushing the boundaries of stuff, but this is too much.
I don't know.
The thing, of course,
like
I now realize, I
mean, is anyone else seeing the same thing? I don't really care about it. It doesn't seem very innovative in its sense. It just seems like a way to track the obvious things a little more easily.
Yeah.
Even though you could probably do that already with a click of your phone. I mean, why even bother going through EA as the middleman? Why even buy an Xbox and the whole home entertainment system just for this very one thing? It's just it's so tedious, daunting as well. It's just I don't get it. I don't get it. Seems like a pain in the ass.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Mm-hmm. Can we move on to Connect?
Yeah, it's Connect.
There's
Connect.
Oh man, I do have to give LJ a bit more props for this because he did call this out a bit more.
I think Kahi's lagging a bit.
Maybe. All right, I'll go into it.
Yeah.
I don't know my own Connect. I might be glad I don't, because I'm really waiting for something truly amazing and probably just sporadically just jumps right into the fray and wows the whole world. I'm waiting for something like that.
Yeah.
This whole voice command thing, it's just, I don't know. Once again, it's pointless. It's not, I don't care. I do like the fact that it integrates with Smart Glass, which I downloaded on my Android, which I do like that.
Oh, Smart Glass.
I don't really know much about Smart Glass actually. What is that? I haven't really looked into it.
It's kind of the all-around controller for Xbox. It's to avoid having so many remotes for the TV, so it functions as the all-in-one package. That's kind of how it goes.
Oh, dude, we should have seen like where Xbox is going just from that alone.
Yeah.
The whole, I mean, God, I really just, it makes me flustered. I don't know. I don't like it. I don't like this whole move. At least PlayStation actually tries to stay on route.
Yeah, PlayStation is on the ball right now. Like they know what audience that they have and that they're trying to retain, and they're doing what a gaming company what a gaming company should be doing, and focusing on the games. It doesn't seem like it should be that hard of a concept, but I don't know what the heck Microsoft is trying to do here.
I mean, granted, most of those games in the lineup were,
dude, it is the funniest thing with Sony, because they're reigniting their old rivalry with Microsoft, banter via Twitter or whatnot with PR reps for the companies. And the the PlayStation Twitter account sent out a message on the day of the conference and said, they said, we know it's a slow news day, so you should go check out this PlayStation 4 video we released a while ago.
Wow.
And basically, I like that attitude there. It's like, oh yeah, bring it on, Xbox. We've got this, but I don't think they exactly expected just how good things would be looking for them at the end of the day.
Yeah,
They're just sitting back having a laugh at all this, I bet.
that is really funny.
How
Yeah.
sad is that when a news company makes fun of you?
Mhm. So, Kai, continue talking about Kinect since you're back now.
Yeah. Sorry about that. I should probably preface this by saying I'm not in my regular home location. I'm on the road. So the internet is faster but not consistent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Patents
So that's
they
why I keep
filed.
dropping in and out.
Let's go.
Yeah, patents they filed. Basically, Kinect can recognize the amount of people in the room, and they did file for a patent that says that if just say you have a license for 4 people to play a game, if another person joins in, you might also have to pay another fee for that that person to join in the game or to do whatever wants to do. Of course, just because they have a patent for it doesn't mean they'll actually implement it. But the fact that they have this capability is something that that's scary in and of itself. That they can tell how many people.
Yeah.
That is very terrifying, and I don't.
Just to implement multiple voice commands, is that it?
No. They want to. The patent in itself is a bit more involved than that. I guess the more I hear about what the new Xbox One can do, the more I'm hoping it doesn't catch on. Because if it did catch on and becomes a popular hit, all the other companies are going to follow in its footsteps. Every other company is going to want to do so.
Yeah, this is like Skynet in the making right here.
That concept itself. I thought Kinect was just going to be a camera, like it was before. It was just an add-on that wasn't going to work. But it can't be disconnected. It's disconnected, your Xbox will not work. So if the peripheral breaks, you have to order a new one, else you can't play your Xbox at all.
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
It is my hope, and I know this is a far-fetched hope, but I was telling the others this. I have never seen such an outpouring of universal negativity about something video game related on the internet since I've had internet. This is greater than Mass Effect 3's ending. This is greater than SimCity. This is greater than any of the stupid stuff which has gone on in the last, 8 or so years. It is my hope that Microsoft will revise some of these decisions before launch. And I know that's a feeble hope, but it is my hope.
Yeah.
Because currently, I like Halo, but as every day goes by, the more I'm thinking I can live without it.
Well, if it comes down to the point of the whole thing of Halo, it's kind of watered down at this point, right? Right? Come on.
Not really.
Nah,
Come
yeah,
on.
I don't think so.
You know what I'm saying?
Halo still
Not at all.
Halo
No,
still
it's
is
not.
pretty fresh. It's just had awful management by 343 in their
Yeah.
last 2 games. Get a good company on that, or have 343 use the feedback that they've been given, and then I think it still has some life in it.
No, they're milking the franchise so much so
How?
that you don't.
I disagree.
How are
I
they
just-
milking the franchise? And
completely? And I'm a big advocate for.
Multiple companies developing the one game, a TV show, 2 TV shows, a possible movie.
Wait a second. Wait a
Come
second.
on.
Wait a second. Wait a second.
whoa,
It's not like Infinity Ward and Activision here. 343 took up after Bungie left. Bungie's not developing any more Halo games. They had to find a developer to continue the series, so they switched developers. They don't have 2 of them doing it concurrently.
No, but Microsoft decided to develop their own company, as 343, yes, to continue the franchise.
Yes.
Well, yeah, because it's an ongoing franchise. It still has a lot more potential. It has just because the original studio decided not to do it doesn't mean that Microsoft is going to the license.
It wasn't ongoing. It was done in In that
The franchise wasn't done.
No.
The original trilogy, as in just that story, was done.
that
Bungie
that
ended
was-
Halo 3 on a
that was the
cliffhanger.
franchise. That
So
trilogy,
does that mean Star Wars is being milked?
Well,
yeah.
yeah,
Actually,
No.
that's a bad comparison. That's a bad comparison.
Yeah, that is a terrible.
that's just
comparison.
No.
Disney. Ian,
Because it's
Disney.
right. I'm
There's
right.
yeah.
I didn't mean now. I meant with Star Wars being milked several years ago.
Like when the
Also
new
the
trilogy.
kind of, yeah.
series.
Exactly. Of course it was.
See, I don't think
Mm.
that is being milked. I think that's just doing a prequel series.
Because
I-
it was
I
making
guess, like,
so
you
much
can't-
money.
I would
It wasn't-
feel,
okay, there's-
I would
there's a fine
feel
line.
much differently about this issue if Halo 3 had ended and they say, okay, it's done, but they ended it on a cliffhanger.
Yeah.
And that's like an invitation. Like if we're not gonna make any more, then someone else makes some more. You know what I mean?
I just think it's just being milked so much right now. Not
I don't see how
bad-
that can be considered being milked when you've got other
yeah.
things you could clearly be complaining about, but you're
I'm
complaining.
not saying it's a bad thing. I'm just saying when it comes time, the opinions of Halo, the whole franchise in and of itself is going to change, and people are probably going to turn away from it because they're so exhausted by it. They'll become jaded.
Well, that's the future,
people-
but we're talking
if-
about the present.
There is. See,
Well,
yeah,
people
People have
I
not been
kinda
jaded by
see-
Call of Duty.
I can
There's
kinda
no
see-
chance.
Well, people have been jaded
Yeah.
by Call of Duty. Not bad enough to
Halo.
impact its sales, but on the internet, there's a lot more negativity towards COD than positivity. And it's a slippery slope, but it's getting that way with Halo as well.
I will agree that it's getting a bit more.
I'm just
but
worried. I still want my TV
I
show.
don't get the TV show. Yeah, the TV show is cash cow franchise, cashing in deal. It was very well made and it would stuck to the point. I'm hoping that the Halo TV show will do the same, and it has a lot more potential than anything else would. It's a good step for the franchise in order to branch out. You know, it's the kind of thing that deserves a TV show. You could easily make a very good and engaging TV show with the Halo license, as opposed to maybe a Viva Pinata TV show.
See, like, I don't there's nothing wrong with a company trying to milk a few more, like, bucks out of their franchise as long as they're actually putting in an effort to make a valued product and not, like, for lack of a better word, half-assing it.
Yeah, dialing it in.
Some companies don't.
That is true.
Yeah, and I don't think Halo is one of those franchises that is just a milked out dud.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It has potential to get
You
there,
remember that?
considering things.
Oh, you guys told me about that story when I jumped in your podcast about the whole hiring a whole new team of developers for the Halo 4. Come on.
That was.
Things change.
I think you took that a little out of context because I never linked to the article. What they were saying was this was a hilarious quote that people
the
made fun of. They were like, "Oh, okay." They were like, "We hired people that hated Halo." But what that really means is we hired people that think this could be made better or this could be made better. And we want to bring our opinions in here to make this better.
And
but-
that's not good because
I
of
think, okay,
fans'
there
perspective.
is a difference with this franchise between the actual, like the franchise itself, the story, the campaign, and the legacy and the lore of Halo, and then the multiplayer. The multiplayer is a completely different aspect of this. Just because the multiplayer may suck due to terrible post like I don't know what's the word myself.
Post-launch management.
Due to terrible post-launch management doesn't mean that the actual franchise itself is bad. It just means they don't know how to handle post-launch management as far as multiplayer. And multiplayer is only one component to the franchise.
Oh, of course it is. I'm just saying shit is flimsy. It's just flimsy right now.
That's true. Gotta
I mean,
fight
it
that
could go in
Didact.
so many directions. That's why I'm saying it's watered down, because so many people have a grip on this and they want to do their own spin on it. And the more you do, the more it's going to water down, and the more the fans are just going to kind of be intertwined in this whole conflict between, well, which is better, their way or this way? And it's
I
just
agree.
so complicated.
That
I mean, is no one getting the idea of what I'm saying here?
I understand.
I would rather they do that 100.
Okay.
That's
I
fine.
think he was
What?
gonna say. I think they'd rather. They should rather do that than be like COD. I think that's what he was gonna say. $10.
Well, isn't COD? Well, no, I don't play Call of Duty that much, so
I
doesn't
do.
matter.
What they do in that they like make a bunch of small tweaks every year to make a better overall game, but instead of selling it as DLC, they do it full price. So the amount of changes they make, they could sell the Call of Duty campaign every year for like $20, and they could sell
I
a multiplayer
heard they-
DLC pack for like 10.
I heard they make like a Call of Duty game every year,
They do.
and that's whack, man. That is.
I guess it's a nice launch into our final bit of things that we can obviously round up our thoughts on the Xbox One. Is a new Halo game was announced in a very unexciting, unorthodox method. A Korean website accidentally put out a listing for a Halo Bootcamp, a third-person shooter PC game where you
Let's do some speculation. What do you think it's going to be like?
Well, there was a rumor a while back that corroborates with this that they were going to make a third-person Halo game about Master Chief and his squad back in the old days, and it's going to be like Borderlands.
Oh, I love it now. Oh, it sounds so much better.
That's what I think it's
But
gonna...
Ian, I thought the franchise is being milked.
Now, here's the thing. When it comes to stories, I'll take one perspective, and that's mine. No, I'm just
Clearly.
No. No, there is one story. It's called The Fall of Reach.
Yep.
Great novel. Love it. It's what Halo Reach should have been, but Bungie was so stupid.
Yeah.
God, I hate
Gotta have that noble team.
Created some plot
You know,
holes out of it.
You ruined it.
one of these days,
one of these days.
we need to have a special where it's just you talking about why you hate Bungie.
You want it? You want it? I'll bring it. I'll bring it.
I'm gonna be right back.
Okay.
I'm gonna give Bungie the smackdown they deserve.
What did they ever do to you?
They're a pansy group, degenerate individuals who don't know how to do anything right. That's what they are.
There's one stipulation to this special though, and that is Keeney needs to be there because he loves Bungie. This would be the
Oh
most...
my gosh, really?
I will break him just like I will break Bungie.
Okay.
I will tear them asunder. You hear me? I will rip open a void and shove them in it.
Wow.
They deserve nothing but the worst.
They're not that bad.
I'd rather play that really crappy Bikini Samurai Squad game than
What?
any of their works. Ever. God, I'm so angry. I hate Bungie.
Did they do something about DLC or something? Because you've mentioned that.
Don't even go there. Don't even.
What did they do?
It's not the DLC alone. It's not just those. It's a whole multitude of things.
Okay.
And we don't have the time.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Next week. Okay.
Next week.
Wow.
I expect we're going to hear more details about Bootcamp at E3, so if it does turn out to be what's being theorized, the Borderlands thing,
It better be a Fall of Reach.
it probably will be.
At that point,
And if that is the case, I'm excited like you.
hell, if it is, I don't even care how the gameplay is. It could be a puzzle game.
Do you think it's going to have some sort of competitive multiplayer mode, or do you think they're going to go strictly story?
You know what? I think I know exactly how it's gonna play out. It's gonna be a squad-based game. Any number of people can jump in on the squad. You can mix and match Spartans, probably customize them if possible, and it plays out like the novel. If it did that, that's gold. That's gold right there. That's a money marketing scheme that would just blow everyone's wallets out of proportion.
But wouldn't it be called Halo Fall of Reach and not Halo Bootcamp? Why is it called Bootcamp?
That's the thing. There's the comic series that came out that was about the fall of Reach, and that was called Bootcamp, I'm pretty sure it was, or something along those lines.
There you go.
Wow. Get hype.
Wow, he just backhanded you. What are you gonna do about it?
Take
Mike-
that.
Microsoft issued a statement on the matter and said it's not related to our Xbox One efforts, which means it's probably going to be PC exclusive. So
I could take it. Yeah, I could deal with that.
I hope I'm able to run it. But okay, so basically that's that. We've talked about boot camp. We've talked about all this stuff. Final thoughts on everything, including boot camp, Xbox One. I guess do boot camp first. We have a special guest who's jumping in. That's LJ.
Did my role get reversed? I went from host to guest.
the guest of the episode. What are your thoughts on Halo Boot Camp and the Xbox One?
Okay, Halo Bootcamp really needs words. Then that name sounds really weird. I wouldn't want to play any sort of a game where I get yelled at by sergeants and have to do 50 push-ups after I've accidentally sniffed the wrong smells.
LJ, that sounds like a regular life at home. You and your boyfriend.
Yeah.
And as for Xbox One, that is a terrible, terrible thing. I will not be getting it no matter who says what, when, how, why, and when. And it's
That's
just
mine twice.
definitely not going to happen. I don't like it. I'm not even going to investigate it. All I hear is like a few neat gimmicks, but not ones that would ever convince me to buy it, and a lot of detractions that convince me not to buy it.
Interesting.
That's it. That's about it.
All right, Kai, what do you think of Boot Camp and Xbox One?
Oh,
Oh, well, he's gonna get passed up. Var, what do you?
Ah.
he is. Now he is.
Kai, what do you think of Boot Camp and Xbox One?
Boot Camp and Xbox One.
Final thoughts of sorts.
Okay, final thoughts. I hope it fails. I mean, not to say any. I really don't want this kind of model to become the industry norm. I think this is a terrible way to go. I hope that it fails and sends a message to all the other producers and people out there that consumers do not want this. That's what I'm hoping the message will be sent. All this that they're implementing is just too clear for words. Connect was being on, always on DRM, getting a cut out of used games. I don't want any of that, and it should not be successful in the slightest.
Well, unfortunately, it will be, at least to some degree, because it's Xbox. It carries that brand name.
I mean, it does, and that's the thing. I'm like, I'm not going to make any predictions about how it will do. I'm just saying I hope it doesn't fail. I know I'm not going to buy one.
Yeah, I'm a little skeptical myself.
If I do, then I don't know. I'll wait until they come up with a patch that can hack off the DRM. I'm gonna pirate all my games, just to screw them all. That's my thing on it.
Wow. Okay. Var, what do you think of Boot Camp and the Xbox One?
Boot Camp. I have no clue what to think of it. It sounds like a pretty cool idea, but I need to see gameplay and/or story element, anything on it before I can really say anything. Currently, it's just a rumor, so I don't really have any opinions on it.
Boot Camp's not a rumor. Boot Camp got confirmed, just not what it is.
Well, no. Everything about it, though, I guess. We don't know anything about it, though.
That's true. The only thing that's been confirmed is that it's a third-person shooter. That's it. Nothing else. So carry on.
Right. I forgot to mention that. Go on. Yeah.
Xbox One, I think, is the stupidest thing ever. I hope Microsoft fails completely with it, so so then they like lose their stocks and can never produce such an abomination to technology ever again.
Or just anything.
Yeah, that's about it. PlayStation 4 for life. Master Race, Master Race.
Oh,
You could say it's the Fourth Reich.
I
the
if I
fourth,
could
right?
jump back in, kind of, because I don't know if
Okay.
I said this before. In terms of power level, generally speaking, most mid-level PCs are have the same type of power as the new consoles now. So PC might be a viable option more than it has been in the past couple of years if people want to go that route. As for Bootcamp, which I kind of forgot to mention at all, I told Mess about this before. I like the idea of a PC Halo, but if it does not have online multiplayer, I don't feel like paying full price for a Halo campaign. $30, maybe $40 is pushing it, but $60 for a single player campaign is not going to be anything, close
Insert
to what
Mass
I would
Effect
pay.
here.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, like, if they do the Mass Effect route, they have like this giant branching thing. Bear in mind, I paid $60 for 3 games of Mass Effect. That's a
And
pretty
all the
good deal,
DLC.
personally. And yeah,
That's a
So-
really good deal.
yeah. So it was. I don't like paying that much for Halo 4's campaign. It was a good campaign, not worth $60 for it. If it didn't have multiplayer, it wouldn't have been a worth enough purchase for me. That's just me personally. I know a lot of people like the campaign. I just don't mark it as a $60 purchase.
There are better games,
Yeah.
campaigns where
8 hours of gameplay for $60. No, I can't justify 8 hours of gameplay when there's games like Skyrim or more open world games that do a lot more right amount. Anyhow,
All right. Then in that case, Ian, what do you think of Bootcamp at Xbox One?
Boy, guys, what do you want to hear?
Your honest opinion. Does that sound like a good place to start?
I don't think you'd want to hear that. All right.
no, we don't
Xbox
because
One.
it's wrong. No, okay.
Xbox One. Could have been a hell of a lot worse. But then,
Ow!
really?
With VAR, how?
How? Could have probably ditched the whole home entertainment system, all in general. Showed no games whatsoever. What else?
CGI.
EA becomes
At that
one of their
point, it's not
biggest
even an Xbox,
marketers.
and therefore it wouldn't be worse. It just wouldn't be an Xbox.
Oh, they won't tell you that. They'll just want your money,
Well, yes.
Want our money anyway.
like they currently do. But
Exactly. They'll want our money anyway, so nothing's changed there.
only this time you don't get anything out of it.
Continue.
And what was it? What was the other one?
Bootcamp.
Xbox One and Bootcamp. That's it. Yeah. It better be the Fall of Reach in a third-person shooter squad-based game. Because if it isn't, there's probably no point buying it.
I don't think it's going to be Fall of Reacher, that timeline. I have a feeling it'll be a lot earlier.
Really? I mean, I really don't know.
Well, because they've only done Reach. I wouldn't assume that they would go back to that, but I mean, you never know.
Yeah, Ian, you want the exact same thing from just a different perspective?
Yes.
I think you'd like Call of Duty.
What do you mean
No.
from a different perspective? Like the Fall of Reach?
See, Halo has a wonderful story and universe. Call of Duty is just, well, plainly our universe with
What's wrong with our universe, huh? Huh,
It
punk?
sucks. It sucks.
People like you exist in it.
Well, VAR, I've been agreeing with you this whole time, and you're still my enemy.
So
huh?
you're agreeing again? Cool.
No,
LG agrees with me, everybody.
No! Why?
VAR. You're,
Why
you're-
can't we all just get along?
Because people like LG exist. Didn't I already state this? Anyway, continue on.
That's not cool, man.
Continue!
You're not cool.
Shut up and continue!
Well, I already said my piece.
Okay.
Alright, then move on!
I guess it's time for me.
Settle down, bro.
No one cares about you.
So,
Why you
I
mad, bro?
initially,
I'm always mad. Turns into
I
Hulk.
initially was pretty
That's a
positive, and I
It's
walked
my
away
secret.
from the thing cautiously
Bro, why you so mad?
optimistic.
I'm
And it was a pretty positive feeling after watching the conference. And then every single day since the 21st of May, haha rhyme, it's been just a gradual sinking ship as far as I'm
Mass Effect.
concerned. Exactly like the ending of Mass Effect 3, except over a much larger time period. To the point where now, I don't know, I'm more against it.
I want to blame EA for so many things.
Stop cutting people off.
I'm
That's
clinging on to the feeble hope that Microsoft decides, hey, the reception to this has been so negative, we better alter our course before we release this thing. But time will tell if that happens or not. Probably not,
I think not.
because they'd have to be stupid to release this as is. But then again,
Yeah, but
they're
still.
stupid for making it. So, time
EA
will
is
tell.
stupid.
Well, okay. EA has no relevance to this. Like, seriously.
Sport.
No, but I will.
But Meso, EA has all the relevance.
EA, as bad as they are like the thing
Well-
people use as like scapegoats for
EA wants money.
things. Like, oh,
Microsoft wants money. Microsoft is EA. EA is evil. Skynet. Terminators. Deaths.
What?
I just had a vision of
It's
the
all
future.
planned to end the
All
world.
right. There is. I know there is
Apple and
no such
Microsoft are the
thing.
same.
I know Skynet cannot exist because a Terminator has not come to kill me yet. And obviously, if I exist, I must be so important that in the future they would have to come back and kill me as a kid.
Or
So-
you're the,
Boo-boo-boo-boo.
you're the
Yes.
one behind it.
There we go. There we go. That's logic for you guys. Because
Or
I'm so
you're the one behind
important.
it, and therefore a Terminator wouldn't have to come back and kill you.
That's true. But then a Terminator would come back and help me.
Be president of the world.
Mange. What do you think about Bootcamp and the Xbox One?
Bootcamp, have no idea. I just think it's gonna be Halo Reach tied just because of the whole comic series they had about Reach called Bootcamp, and the Xbox One. I do not like the Kinect just in how it's scanning people. I mean, like potentially scanning people. Not that it will, but like for DRM usages. And I really don't like the disc thing either. It makes it so much harder to borrow stuff from my friends, and also makes it a lot harder for like used game stores to sell stuff. I don't know. There's just a lot of problems I have with it right now. I don't like its
GameStop will
push
be
for
killed.
universal use.
Redbox renting out games. That's gonna be a must.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, dude, yeah, they're gonna kill Redbox, and I love Redbox.
Yeah. It's like $2 per day, which is a
Yeah.
great deal. But now, they have to pay a freaking
No.
fee.
Can you even rent games now? Is that even a thing without paying a fee? Like what? How does that?
What do you mean?
Yeah, you
Is it-
can. There is GameFly. There is Redbox, obviously. There's
It'll-
the-
Oh, no.
It will
I'm not
all
asking if you
depend.
can.
It will all
Rent
depend on which places sign Microsoft's terms and conditions.
So PlayStation Master Race then.
Pretty much, yeah.
Additionally,
Yeah, but all the digital rights problems are just going to be so much more confusing for vending machines.
I work at a library, and we have quite a few video games on hold there. So that's gonna also cause a problem in the future. I don't think we'll be having any Xbox One games if we're gonna have to buy, licenses or whatnot.
Can you even donate Xbox games to a local hospital?
You know?
Has Microsoft written that out too?
Yes.
Wow.
Microsoft, you guys are okay. Anyways, insert
It's like,
censor here.
this child is dying of cancer, but he does. We can't give the game to him because he won't pay the fee. Good guy, Microsoft. Great job.
Microsoft is taking the Apple approach.
Okay. Well, I want to thank you all for listening to this episode of the Three Virtues Podcast. If you listened all the way, which if you did, I commend you. You're a good human being.
Yeah.
You
Sure
deserve
to-
a trophy.
Be sure to rate, like, comment, subscribe, favorite, share, retweet, Yahoo group it, spread the word, get it trending. Go unsubscribe to the official Xbox YouTube channel and protest. Dislike all their
While
videos.
posting the link to this video.
Yeah, post spam the link to this video everywhere. Flag them for abuse. Go on. Send hate mail.
Put the message, why do you hate kids with cancer?
They'll know, they know what it is.
I don't know exactly what you're talking about.
This is the end of Microsoft as we know it.
The end
Tentacle-
of Microsoft as we know it,
Microsoft.
and I feel fine.
Yes. So,
No more Xbox.
thank you all for listening. I'm Messinek.
But I'm Butteran.
I'm LJ.
Who am I gonna be today?
Stop interrupting people! God!
I'm Kahito Rocky, live from Texas.
I'm. Christina Applegate. There we go. No, wait. Nope. Hang on.
Oh my God!
Did anyone even catch my name early?
I got it. See you all
Yeah,
next
brain
time
ripped it.
for another
I mean-
exciting episode filled with fun, laughter, and cheer. Goodbye, all.